Right, I think we're good to start. So, welcome to the latest webinar in the Neville's series. Presenting today will be myself, Ian Whitsey, Product Manager at Neville's, Niall McKembridge, the Sales Director, and Managing Director, Andrew Neville. The session should last around 20 minutes with time for questions at the end. Any questions that you do have, please click on the Q&A box button. Type your question in there and we will monitor these as we go and answer any of them at the end. Once this broadcast has finished, you will be directed to a survey via your web browser. It would be great if you could provide some feedback following this webinar. And if you do encounter any difficulties, this is being recorded, which we will make available to you on demand. So moving on to the contents page. So in today's webinar, we are going to be taking you through our new April product launch, focusing on some key product categories, including Terra porcelain, gemware porcelain, some new trays, as well as some back of house lines. We have 85 SKUs in total being launched across these categories, plus a few extra lines in other key areas. We'll start with just showing you our new product video, and then we will take a closer look after it's finished. Please play the video, Andrew. Right, so moving on, we'll start with Terra porcelain. So for this launch, we wanted to introduce new interesting shapes into the aqua blue Terra porcelain range. We chose aqua blue as it is by far and away the most popular color and is also a great color for not only mixing with other Terra tableware glazes, but also combines well with white porcelain and wooden boards, as we've illustrated in this lifestyle image. It certainly helps create a nice, vibrant mixed material table setting. So on the next slide, we'll just have a quick look through what's actually been launched. So first up, we have a pie dish. This item was launched really on a back of some customer feedback that they felt there was a lack of cook and serve style products, such as pie dishes, available in the market in this kind of coloured reactive glaze finish. We took this on board and decided on the round version, as it is one of our most popular cook and serve products within the white porcelain range. As well as the pie dish, we also have the rounded dishes, and the mini casserole dishes. The rounded dishes are available in two sizes. The smaller size would be a great option for tapas and small dishes, whilst there's a slightly larger size, which would be good for a wide variety of starters and desserts. The mini casserole dishes are also available in two sizes. There's a 10 centimetre and a 14 centimetre diameter versions. Again, these are kind of based on the most popular sizes of our existing white versions, but from a design perspective, they are much more modern looking than the traditional porcelain versions, with a slightly interesting look and design on the lid as well. Also, we have the presentation pan, which again creates that oven to table presentation for popular dishes, again kind of lending itself to tapas and Mediterranean cuisines. We have kind of cuisine specific dishes, I guess, with the balti dish and ramen noodle bowl, the shapes of which are very traditional, but certainly the aqua blue color brings it to life for more modern presentation of traditional dishes. Whilst obviously lending itself to Asian cuisine, I do not think these are limited to such dishes. Certainly the balti dish, again, can be used for Mediterranean or popular Mexican cuisines as well. Finally, not illustrated on this slide, we also have salt and pepper shakers in aqua blue as part of this launch, which are also great complementary items to complete the tabletop setting. Moving on to the next slide, as well as aqua blue additions, we have also added in a new size of coffee cup, and this is available across all 7 colors within Terra porcelain. So this is a 22 cl, 7.75 ounce size, and this will complement the pre-existing 3 and 8 ounce versions within the range. And the pre-existing saucer will also fit this new size. Noel, would you like to add anything?
Yes, thanks, Ian, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. I think, as Ian mentioned, we added the new pieces in the aqua blue colorway, as it, we certainly feel, and customer feedback is that it is truly unique as a color, and certainly one of our best selling color. We see these pieces as both an extension to aqua blue as a color, but as well really as fitting in with the majority of the other 6 colors in Terra porcelain, as well as really multifunctional and fitting into really any ceramic tableware or presentation items that your customers may be using. And I think we really do see these new pieces adding value across multiple venues and offering really fantastic presentation. And I think just as Ian said, with the addition of the color of the new cup in the 7 colors, we certainly have been listening to customers feeding back that they really felt that was a size. The 22 cl was a really good size for us to add. Fantastic for banqueting or for multiple coffee offerings. So thanks, Ian.
Thanks for that. Next slide, please. So as well as Terra porcelain cups, we have also added to our popular coloured beverage range within gemware porcelain with this new matte sage colour. The existing matte black and matte grey coffee cups have proved to be quite successful, so we wanted to add another colour into this range. We chose a matte pastel green for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it is a brighter alternative to the matte blacks and greys that we currently offer. It also can mix and match pretty well with these pre-existing colours. And finally, green as a colour, or certainly pastel colours within interior design for coffee shops and restaurants, remains a popular choice. To match the matte black and grey coffee cups, we have added in 4 sizes of cups. The 12 ounce latte mug, the matching saucers, and finally the 5 ounce milk jug. Next slide, please, Andrew. There's a couple of additions within table presentation where we have new serving cups, which feature this kind of floral etched design. This is a new kind of finish for us. You've probably seen something similar with etched tiki barware products that exist in the market already. We wanted to have this kind of finishing on possibly some more popular items with more uses, and thought chip cups would be a great product for this. We continued to try and develop and evolve our table presentation offering, and through products such as chip cups, we try to provide an incredible choice of finishes. So for the floral cups, there is a black version as well as a plain stainless steel version. And we see these being a great addition for those offering possibly brunches, possibly vegan, vegetarian side dishes, or again, where establishments have floral patterns as part of their interior design. Also on this slide, we have some new sizes of wet jars. The difference with these are that they are supplied with a beechwood lid. We have two sizes, a 37 and 58 cl. So these are bigger versions of wet jars, which we probably see typically being used as part of breakfast buffets for cereal and yogurt toppings, such as dried fruit and nuts, or even possibly as part of coffee shops for sugar bowls at the table. Next slide, please, Andrew. So we have introduced a new supplier into Neville's, who is able to supply us with a really good quality range of trays. The supplier is based in Turkey and have a wealth of knowledge within their team, with employees with vast experience of the tray market and their competitors. They are very well established within Europe and often compete successfully against the competitor product in terms of quality. We have started this launch with 20 lines across both laminate and polyester tray types. Next slide, please, Andrew. So we'll just quickly go through these different trays that we've launched. So firstly, added to the range are these round non-slip laminate trays. There are two versions within this range. We have a Tex, what's known as Tex, and the other range known as Harika. Tex is shown in the image, which has the low profile edge, and the Harika version has a high profile edge. Both of which have a durable, clear non-slip surface ideal for drink surface, and both have a melamine coating, which helps provide good resistance to heat, shock, stains, and scratches. Moving on, we have rectangular laminate trays added to the range. These are available in two sizes and available in 3 different finishes. Again, these laminate trays are dishwasher safe under normal use, and again, these have a double melamine coating, which provides excellent stain resistance as well as good resistance to heat, shock, and scratches. And finally, we have the polyester trays available in 2 sizes again, and available in 3 different colors, which you can see in the image. So we have a white version, a light gray version, and a cream color. The polyester trays feature stacking lugs to improve stackability and also improves air circulation for quick drying times. And the corners and edges are reinforced, providing good protection from possible damage. Over to you, Noel.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you. Yeah, I think great to see these trays added into our range. It's certainly an area where Neville's have many years history of not only selling but manufacturing trays. So yeah, it's a great addition to our already range of trays that we have. With the addition of this new manufacturing partner in Turkey, we are bringing great quality trays to the market. With the ability to supply from UK stock holding, but certainly for any much larger opportunities or orders, we've got a really good quick turnaround time from our partner in Turkey. These trays are perfect for the contract catering market, for canteens, hotels, restaurants, table service. So certainly a very exciting one, and one that we think will go really, really well, and very competitively priced. Thanks, Ian.
Thank you, Noel. So for this launch, we're extending our electrical offering from Hendy with some insect killers introduced to the range. There are 2 sizes being launched. There's a 22 watt for 50 meter squared areas and a 36 watt for 100 meter square areas. These are for indoor use only. and each zapper features a removable collection tray for quick and easy cleaning. They are freestanding units, but should you wish to mount to a wall or a ceiling, there is a chain that is supplied with this product. We have also listed spare bulbs should replacements be required. And finally, these are fully CE and UKCA certified with the 3-pin plug, so are sellable across the whole of the UK and Ireland. Next slide, please. So we have an additional 22 lines being added into back of house, including items within waste management, bakeware and kitchenware, as well as the fly killers mentioned previously. We recognise the need to continue to add to these categories, and it continues to be an important part of our customers' business. I have highlighted here, we are introducing various perforated GN baking sheets, a pasta machine, a mandolin, a potato cutter, sorry. But in addition to this, we have chef tweezers, pastry cutters, piping nozzles, and a few pedal bins as well. Working with the Neville sales team and the quote conversion work they perform for customers, we actively collate details of which products regularly feature on these lists, which we are currently unable to offer an equivalent of. Whilst these might not be extremely high volume products, we recognise the importance of helping customers source these items and ultimately widening the basket of goods purchased through us. Now over to you.
Thanks, Ian. Yeah, probably you might find this strange, but this is one of my favorite products, product areas within this launch. Back of house is super important to Neville's and super important to our customers. Bringing over 20 new back of house products into our existing ranges is great to see. These additions, as Ian has said, have come from a lot of customer listening, as well as many quotation and tenders that our distributors have asked us to convert, send back to them and quote for. So really a great customer listening from ourselves, and these additions certainly help our distributors buy more of the products they need for their customers from one source, and brilliant for kitchen fit outs and refurbs. So really excited, and I think lots more of these back of house products to come during the rest of this year.
Perfect, thank you, Niall. So that completes our April launch. All items are now live on the website in our coming soon section of the website, and stock has either already arrived or will be arriving throughout March. I believe the marketing pack went out earlier this week, and within that you should receive all new imagery, our new product video, list pricing for the new products, and we shall also add the recording of this webinar to that pack. You also find within the price list a copy of our discontinued products and those which have been removed from the next e-brochure. The April e-brochure is currently being finalised, and we aim to have this to you at the start of April next month. If you haven't received the marketing pack just yet, please contact our marketing team, who will happily send this across to you. Next slide, please, and over to Niall in regards to the showrooms.
Thanks, Ian. I think this showroom slide gets into the majority of webinars, but I really do think it's worth continually highlighting our three showrooms. Our three showrooms, London, Manchester, and head office, do exist for you, our customers, and we do update them with all the new product, and it's great to see that all three showrooms are already have the new products, the new April products within the showrooms, and are available to book through our sales teams. Also with the Manchester showroom, the Northern Bar exhibition's on next week in Manchester, and we will have our Manchester showroom open Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So if any of our customers or if you're in Manchester at that exhibition or show, definitely, get in touch and we can book you in. There is the booking system that you can just jump on and book, and one of our team will come back and confirm that with you. So, great time to see the April products, and certainly a great space. Thanks, Ian.
Next slide, please, Andrew. I would also like to just highlight and bring to attention the product suggestion section of our website. So as well as the quote conversion work that the sales team perform, we also collate information from customers via this website tool. The link can be found at the foot of our website, and this opens up a small questionnaire for customers to provide as much detail as possible on products that they would like us to source. We do actively review these suggestions and add new lines on the back of this feedback. Even within this launch, items such as pastry cutters, mandolin, even the additional size of terra porcelain cup have all been suggested via this avenue. So please continue to use this tool because it's greatly appreciated and helps with our product development. Thank you for listening. We will now see if there's any questions that have come in. Feel free to send them in as well. So over to Andrew to... You're on mute, Andrew, sorry. No, we can't hear you, so I will read out the questions. So we've had one so far, and they are asking, are the non-slip trays dishwasher safe? The answer to that is we're advertising them as not dishwasher safe. The supplier says that they are dishwasher safe if only washed once per day. Typically, normal use of a tray would be regarded as 3 times a day. So it's less than normal use. So on that basis, we're advertising it as not dishwasher safe.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry, apologies for that one. No, before that, I was going to say, yeah, well done, guys. That was a great webinar. And I think the variety of launch, just adding the variety of launch that I think you guys have created, I think is fantastic. So yeah, the project did a great job across ceramics and table presentation and multi areas as well. So yeah, really great job, and yeah, very exciting. I think yeah, you've answered every single question, Ian and Niall. There's nothing else that people will have. It's going to be plain sailing. Everyone's going to want to order thousands of these, so there's nothing else. But let's hope. But yeah, as you say, if there are any questions, you see Ian's and Niall's email addresses. But there's the website, Ian, is full of information as usual. The packs are got full of information which should answer questions that that people have.
Yeah, all the information is all on there, all the features and benefits, additional descriptions, or everything like that is on the website, and all downloadable using the CSV file as well. So I think
all
that's
done.
No more questions. So thank you for sending that question in. So as mentioned earlier, this webinar is being recorded, and we will make this available once we've downloaded it following this webinar, and we'll add it to that marketing pack. I would also like to bring to your attention our next webinar, which will be a business update in May. We'll confirm a date in the coming weeks. And again, the registration for this will be sent out in a few weeks' time. Finally, a survey will open after this webinar in your web browser. If you could provide some feedback, that'd be greatly appreciated. Alternatively, there is a QR code which you can quickly scan on this slide. And apart from that, that's everything from us. So thank you for joining us, and have a great day. Thank you very much.